Today, we talk about... All right, welcome, Matt.
Thanks for having
me. All right, so this would be technically episode 5, I believe. Yeah. So I started this by myself back in October.
Nice.
And then I just did a couple episodes. I was just busy with moving and setting everything up. Then I started doing comedy, that started consuming shit. And then I traveled constantly, so I'm like never here to do this.
Right.
And then I got back, I filmed a couple episodes, and then I finally got a friend of mine to jump on, which, are you going to People's Mic?
Yeah, I'll stop by.
Okay, yeah, so you'll meet my buddy Zach if you haven't already. So I recently got him to start doing comedy, so he was my first guest. And then last night, him and a bunch of my buddies came over, and we all just like crowded this table. So you are technically guest number 8, something like that.
I'll allow it. That's okay.
But why don't you give us a quick intro of your background? Matt's a comedian who I met along this circuit, I guess you could say. But what's your 30-second spiel of your comedy background?
Comedy background?
Yeah.
Always been a jokester, voted class clown in high school. That's where I like to go back that far. It's very important to remember when you peaked. And went to school, I'm from Jersey, went to college in Chicago, started doing comedy out there, light, mild. And then when I moved back to the city, or moved back to Jersey, grew up just outside the city, really fucking put the pedal to the floor. I've been doing mics in the city for about 3, maybe 4 years now.
Okay.
And yeah, I think 4 years in the city, and
when did
just really hitting it hard. I think 2010.
2010, okay.
But that was like back in Chicago, I was kind of just like, easing into it, definitely not grinding.
Gotcha, okay. And then, is that what you're doing full time now?
I also do, I work on like some TV stuff, commercials, doing like production work on a freelance capacity.
Dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's fun.
And did you find all that through this comedy world?
No. I studied film and media and stuff like that in college, and then I lucked into a job. I knew someone that was hiring.
Gotcha.
And I worked at this spot I don't want to name any names, but I worked at this spot like doing video work for them for about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Okay.
And then it came to an unceremonious end, and someone I knew somebody at SNL, and that's like my main thing for the last 2 years. I work on the production staff there for
that's dope.
Pre-shoot stuff.
Right,
yeah, right over there, right in Rockefeller Center. It's the starting ground, and yeah, that's cool too. But it's it's not like super steady. It's only like once a week, twice a week.
So I feel like that helps at all with your comedy influence, inspiration, blah blah blah.
I guess it keeps me. I don't know if it influences me, but it definitely keeps me wanting to work because I see like the possibilities of comedy in the city.
Got it.
That's one cool thing about New York and comedy is that like results are kind of tangible because someone might be like blowing up.
Right.
Like there are people that you see around the scene that like you feel like in the next year or two is going to be a household name.
Right.
So it's very cool to see that it's possible.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's very important because I'm the same way. Like if I see something being done, I'm like, all right, I guess I can.
It can be done. Yeah, totally.
So that's been pretty fun to see myself. But yeah, I would say you're definitely one of my more favorite.
Thank you.
I was gonna say open micer, but
yeah, no, open micer is cool. Amateur comedian.
Shows, right?
Yeah. I run a show. Bar shows, stuff like that.
Okay. So how many non-open mic type shows are you doing a week, for example?
It varies. Last week I was lucky enough to get booked on 3 shows that happened to be going on that week. But I'll probably. I'm booked on something this Saturday, but it's usually a little bit further apart. It's not.
Well, on average, what would you say? Like you're doing one?
Maybe like one a week.
Okay.
But that would be.
It's more than me.
It's truly more than me as well. Probably like 1 or 2 a month.
Okay.
I put myself up on this show. I run once a month.
Gotcha.
Next one Tuesday, April 9th.
So when you say you're running a show, because again I'm fairly new to this, so I'm like learning as I go. So running a show, so like you put this together, you went to a place and were like, hey, I'd like to start a comedy show here. Or
yeah.
Like, how does it?
Well, me and one of my buddies have been doing comedy in the city for a little while. He had a family member that was opening a bar actually in Bushwick. Gotcha. This was happening, and unfortunately, the spot was a little bit ahead of its time in Bushwick, whereas now it's kind of booming. When it first moved in, the clientele wasn't really there yet,
Right.
you know? So they went under, but the show, we did it about 3 or 4 times there, and then there was good turnout, good response, so we were like, we gotta keep this going. We found another spot in Brooklyn, and then another spot in Brooklyn, and now finally we've moved into Manhattan. We hit up a bar down in the Lower East Side.
It's just a straight up bar show, like.
It's a straight up bar show, yeah. It's in the basement of this bar, Lorelei on Rivington, and really dope space. We just kind of reached out to them like, hey, we have this good thing, we think we could be good for business, and we think you'd be good for our show. You know, the space could be.
So you're bringing your show, which is branded as whatever name. Do you want to plug it?
It's called Lost Dog Comedy, but you know, doesn't
Lost
really.
Jug?
Lost Dog, like
Lost Dog.
arf.
Got it.
Bark.
Okay, so Lost Dog Comedy. So you're presenting these bars like, hey, we've got this Lost Dog Comedy show.
Yeah.
And we'd like to have it here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Brooklyn, we knew we had like connects, I guess, of sorts.
Gotcha.
Like, we rented out a friend of ours' family grocery.
Okay. Nice.
Which was, you know, it's funky, it's cool, it's unique, it's a little unique. The
That's
space.
laundromat shows.
Yeah, laundromat shows, exactly. Grocery shows are the future. But you know, no liquor license, no real setup. So it was a lot of work. And then, are you familiar with Kinfolk in Williamsburg? It's like it's kind of like, I don't want to say because I don't know. It's kind of like Kith, maybe, like the Kith store. It's like a cafe / bar that also has like a very streetwear clothing store tied to it.
Gotcha.
Buddy of ours works there and was like, hey, it'd be great to do the show there. So we did it there maybe 5 or 6 times. It was a great run, but then like Manhattan became kind of like available, and it was like, I know more people would be down to come to a show in Manhattan. A lot of people, again, I grew up right outside the city, so a lot of people that we knew growing up are now living in the city, and they're very
Okay.
not supportive, but down to come check something out.
Gotcha.
You know, people are chit-chatting. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
I can't relate.
Well, yeah. Drawing in people is one of the real difficult things. So that's something we've been kind of good at. Because, you know, you go to a bar show, you're expecting like 10, 11 people maybe in the audience. You know, if you're tempered, obviously some bar shows fill out the place and kill it and are even better than ours. But like, we've had a lot of response from comedians being like, damn, this is like a lot better than I thought it would be. And it's you know, it's a cool
You're doing
thing.
this what, like once a month?
It's a monthly right now.
Okay.
Honestly, we don't know enough comedians nor have enough time to like run a weekly. It's a lot of work, man.
Gotcha. What's the kind of work that someone that's not in the scene wouldn't expect to be involved? Like what kind of work is like, oh man, I had no idea it would be so hard to do X.
I mean, getting the people is really drawing a crowd. A consistent crowd is tough, and you know,
Those constant badgering, like hey.
gotta hit up a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of barking at a lot of the shows. We put up flyers around the area. There's a hotel nearby. We try to advertise with the hotel. Social media, a lot of social media. It's like, you know, you hope for the best. What's cool about it though, you know, you get like 20, 25 people. The room is pretty damn full, so it's like not that difficult.
Do you guys have like your own Instagram page?
Yeah, we have on Instagram at Lost Dog Comedy. We need followers.
Gotta help you.
No, I appreciate it. I'm not great at marketing myself.
Although, you know, I mean, I'm not either, so I'm slowly working on it myself. But weirdly enough, I haven't noticed a lot of transition from YouTube followings to Instagram for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I've definitely noticed it more now, but I think it's just because I'm getting bigger. But,
Yeah.
But definitely early on, like there was no carryover.
Right, people at YouTube are kind of just sticking to YouTube. That's weird because I figure Instagram is like the go-to social media nowadays.
Oh, for sure.
And really, like,
for sure.
everybody's making their career on there. It's fucking wild. It's
See,
cool,
that's a great segue. Why don't we talk about? I want to get your take on this. Like, I don't understand how. Okay, so as a comedian, you want to quote make it. And
Yeah.
Make it means different things to different people, but in general, you want people to see you. So it always shocks me when I find a comedian or two that's like, no, anti-social media.
Yeah.
I'm like, you realize this is how this
It's
works
kind of
now,
important.
right?
It's kind of important to get, but I suppose they're more interested in just. Actually, I don't even know if it comes down to like their like master plan. I think they just don't dig like the kind of depressive nature of social media and like whoring yourself out, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, because I definitely, so like I'll post a ton.
Yeah.
Just because I'm literally playing the numbers game. It's like I'm playing the algorithm. The more I put myself out there, the more people will find me, the more I'll grow, the more I'll be seen. That's
correct.
Right? But I definitely understand the other side of it. Because I remember early on being like, oh, I can't post this and I gotta, which was hilarious. I was visiting a friend in Brooklyn, and he's definitely an artist type. He's a poet. And he recently wrote a book. And
Tight.
Yeah, and he had me over at his place, and he had some people there that I'd never met before. And right before I went over to his place, he had commented on one of my Instagram pictures. He's like, "Dude, we got to talk about curated content." He's like, "Dude, stop fucking posting everything."
Oh,
right?
shit.
And so that's his like style, which obviously I'm sure you can appreciate with different artists. That's like their mentality.
Yeah.
So I went over there and I was explaining to him and his guests that just happened to be listening in, like, guys, I'm okay with who I am, so I'm okay with just putting out everything. Like, I have nothing to hide from. I'm totally cool with just being my cringy self.
Yeah.
And the dude and his girlfriend next to me just turned and go, "Oh, that's so brave." I was like, should I be offended by that?
No. It's, I mean, a lot of people are extremely guarded and like afraid of
Yeah, like
people
what,
might
right?
think.
Like,
I don't know. It's about, I think it's like a lot of worries about people talking about you behind your back for some
Which,
reason.
again,
It's like, how does that,
then what?
doesn't really hurt. Exactly. Exactly. When you get past it, it's like you're still
does that reduce your
a lot.
paycheck?
Yeah,
Does that,
not at all.
like,
Not at
cut
all.
your taxes? Like,
I respect the fuck out of that for what you're trying to do. Like, you are trying to be seen by like all these peeps and you're traveling all over and stuff, you know what I mean? So like posting all the time
right.
is
Well,
the way to do it. It
and-
makes sense.
And if you think about like these, so I hear a lot of, sorry, the coffee machine.
No
I forgot
problem.
to turn it off.
No problem.
As if this audio was perfect anyway. But no, I get the sense from a lot of comedians, like they get really bitter or spiteful of these Instagram comedians who like put out quote shitty content, right?
Yeah.
But why don't you just put out
Just do it.
better content? And I do see some comedians that are along the circuit that do put out Instagram sketches here and there. And obviously they're putting in more effort into there, so they're not going to post as often. But it's just like, this is how it's done, guys.
Right,
This
right,
is
right.
why these guys are selling out and they're not funny.
Yeah.
Imagine you being funny and putting yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that, but I can't respect the peeps that aren't funny and just throwing it up every single. Like,
Yeah,
good
that
for
might-
them, but I'm not gonna be in their corner.
That might be part of it too. It's like you want the respect of your peers, almost more so, if not the same as growing an audience. So you're not gonna.
I personally feel that way. I'd rather be good and known by X amount of people than a piece of shit and known by the entire world. I mean, it's just what you're out for. If you're looking for like mass following, like don't care
Yeah,
who.
so I should clarify. I'm not out there just like whoring myself out for any and all
No,
followers.
I don't need to.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you were saying it, but for the viewers out there. But I definitely think I've reached a stage where I'm so comfortable with who I am and posting
Yeah, just do
the
it.
rawest shit that it's like I will gravitate the people that don't mind that
Yeah.
or like aren't turned off by that, or if they're going to talk about behind my back, then let them.
Fuck them. Yeah.
And it's been interesting to like grow an audience that way because I'm literally attracting people that just find me for me. So I'm not, dude, I used to like have to get specific haircuts and not shoot certain videos before those haircuts because I wanted to look a certain way.
Right.
I would put on cologne before the fucking videos.
Yeah, because we can
No
smell you
shit.
at home. We need to know that you smell good.
Like I understand the mentality, but then the minute I got over that, it was just so refreshing to be like, all right, guys, this is me.
Yeah.
In my pajamas, and I'm just bringing the content. And if you gravitate to the content, then that's good enough. The production value's not there, the audio quality may not be there, but if the content is there, I feel like that's what I'm after. So
I mean, I respect that.
You know?
Like, honestly, like, it is a little bit irrational to be like, oh no, what will these people who I will never see say about me behind my back? But like, you know, no. I mean, I can see both sides of the equation.
Oh,
I
for
can see
sure.
both sides of the coin.
Yeah, I mean, there's no black and white, as we know
Right,
as
right.
comics, but I shall include myself in that title now. But like, but I feel like, because I get plenty of messages all the time, like, oh man, next time I'm in the city, I want to see one of your shows. I'm like, dude, I'm doing 5-minute open mics.
Right.
But if I were to ever get on a show, I could see myself being able to promote, for example, like a Lost Dog event, to be like, hey guys, I'm going to be at this Lost Dog event, and like 15-20 people may. I'm not going to brag about it.
No. I understand. You're saying
But
it real.
if this keeps going as far as like growth
Hell yes.
goes, then I could easily see myself, especially in a big city like this, being able to attract.
Right. I'm sure you have people that are subscribed to it that are here in the city and
Right.
like don't have anything going on.
Right.
I mean, that's damn good.
Yeah. So just to extend it to other comics, it would be. I feel like they could do the same if they were to start putting out more of their bits or their highlight reels on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. But I just tend to not see it as comedy. So.
Right. So you gain most of your following from like the shoe game, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But there are, fans of comedy everywhere, so it like kind of.
Absolutely. And yeah, so the comedy videos don't do as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, like my first ever. So I post every single set, which see, that's the reaction I get.
It's a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So here's my justification. I wanted, in my own narcissistic, egotistic way, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I would never pursue this if I didn't think I could be good someday. So that could be 10, 15 years down the line. But wouldn't it be cool if you saw Chappelle, you're like, oh man, he's so funny.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I have access to his entire progression.
That is cool.
From day
That
one
is pretty
to
cool.
whatever. So that was one initial thought. Secondly, I figured it would be like an inspiration for people to see, like, hey, this guy's funny. Oh wait, he started like really bad.
Yeah, that's cool. That's real
So,
cool.
and that's actually literally happened. Like, I'll have people commenting on these videos, like, "Oh my god, man, I quit comedy. But watching these videos, I'm re-inspired to like get back out there." You're literally proving to me with my own eyes, not just reading it in a blog, that if you keep at it and you just do
You get
these
better,
jokes,
yeah.
Literally these same jokes that weren't getting laughs, you're getting laughs now. Like, I'm getting comments like that, which is like so,
That's great.
Feels good.
I really dig that you're like kind of, it's not just about one thing. It's like, it's more like, yo, I'm Sadra as opposed to, yo, I'm a comedian, or yo, I'm a doctor, or yo, I'm a sneakerhead. Exactly.
Which a lot of people fall into that trap too. I think with comedians too, like you'll see most of these Instagram pages like so-and-so comedy,
Yeah.
comic with a K or whatever. So, and if you attach your whole identity to that, then I feel like you're kind of stuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I see it with a lot of these bigger shoe YouTube channels, for example. They reach literally millions of followers, and then they're like, I want to do other content, but I don't want.
Yeah, I've kind of pigeonholed myself a little bit. Yeah.
So, and luckily, I learned early on to like get away from that.
Yeah.
Just do whatever the fuck you want. So it'll be stand up, it'll be a vlog, it'll be like a comedy sketch, it'll be shoe stuff, it'll be medical stuff, it'll be Q&As, whatever. So I'll put music videos up there maybe someday if I can gain access.
Yeah, just
to the video,
anything
I'll
you're
fuck around.
vibing, yeah.
Yeah. So so
that's smart.
So that's been refreshing for me, like, because also as a creative, I was going fucking nuts, man. Like just trying to like create content I think people would watch, but the minute I was just like, fuck it, hands up, just hair's dirty, just doing whatever the fuck I want. It was easier to put together, and more people gravitated to it because of how raw it was, which I think is a powerful thing, you know. And then you get these genuine followers, not like this mass following of like, oh, I saw him on whatever, he seems cool, and just fan types.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool, man.
You know? And I think it helps for comedy too, because and I'm sure you've noticed this, if you're in a crowd where people like you, which half the battle of stand-up comedy is to create likability, right? But if you walk into a room cold, you're gonna have to create that with your act. Whereas if you walk into a room with a fan base, they're already like,
they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah,
they're like seeing kind of where you come from. Maybe they've been following you for a while. And they're like, okay, I get his humor, so I'm gonna laugh at this. Like all those different little intangibles start to kind of click. So
I think it's important in this like era of like social media and like knowing everything about like the idea that your whole life can be presented as like it's more important to be a three-dimensional person as opposed to like just one thing. I mean, I feel that way. I tweet a lot. I do a lot of. That's where I do most of my.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not a big Twitter guy.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I can see you being a Twitter guy.
Well, I like to like write the jokes and like it's a little bit more. Obviously, like you put up something good and it's at the whim of your followers, whereas to see it or throw you
So
some
are
love.
you using that to like test new bits to try on stage?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. But like my best bits don't go up there because I don't want anyone to possibly rob them. You know.
Yeah.
So like. I've certainly typed out a joke that I know kills in real life, and then I was like, nah, don't put this up, because then someone could very easily take it. It happens. So like, but you know, I'll try to tweet a couple jokes a day, just like one-liners, stupid little stuff. But also, you know, I'm talking about like movies and sports and like music and stuff like that up there to give it like more of a. Like, it's always weird when you follow a comedian and he's like, fucking Trump telling McConnell to do this. It's like, no, I'm not here for that. So I don't really do politics, because also...
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are your like classic hits as far as tweets go, if you have any?
Some classic tweets?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, I had this one a while ago that was my, you know, you can pin a tweet.
Okay.
It got mad love, like, at one point, so I was like, all right, this will be my pin tweet. It was adult to kid... like it was like as if things they were saying to each other. Adult to kid, never take rides from strangers. Kid to adult, can we talk about this later? My Uber's here. It's not that funny, but it's like a written out, you know, like when you read it written out, it was like, oh man, I was really needed that laugh there. And stuff. It didn't come. My comedy career is over.
Well, I apologize. It's only because I've heard this before.
Oh, you've heard that. You've heard that.
The whole, hey, isn't it funny how we were told not to
Yeah, not getting, okay, yeah.
So I think you fell victim of exactly what you were worried about, which is someone took it.
Well, I don't want to say it's a steal, though.
No, yeah, not a steal.
Just came to the ideas, is there anything else good that I feel confident in and want to lose confidence in? Not that I can remember.
And don't forget,
yeah.
you are here because I think you are fun.
Oh well, that's good. That's reassuring. It's like when a girl brings you back and like you feel like she doesn't like you like 5 minutes later. That's not a relatable thing. That's just me. Okay, good. Just gotta make sure she's still down. Consent is sexy.
Hey, dude, that is a real thing.
Oh, good.
I'm
Good
with
to
you.
hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't have to share any others if you don't.
How about this? I tweeted this out. No, I can't actually. It's about anal beads. I don't want to go down that
Perfect for
road.
my demographic.
My anal bead crowd. Oh, jeez.
Well, no, just because of my job.
Oh, okay, great. So I would have to do at least one
GI-related.
joke. Are they always anal beads, or can it be a necklace until you decide you're ready?
Nice.
Because they're like on a string. And
You know what that immediately put me to?
No, what?
And I literally just watched this like days ago. American Pie 3 or American Wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the scene where they bring the anal beads with the strippers.
Oh, right. I think that.
And the mom finds it and she's like, these are...
Oh no, I've stolen another fucking joke. Oh no. Oh god. What have I done?
Well, the thing I like about your humor style is you're very just like, it's good wordplay, but erratic. It's like, cool, okay, yeah, next, moving on. It's just like, hit you with that, you know?
It's like ADD comedy.
Right,
A little bit.
yeah, which I do enjoy.
I think it might be good for this millennial generation.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be perfect for like an Instagram type of delivery.
Yeah. Just very
Maybe
quick.
think about delivering these tweets in a more vocalized.
I've been thinking about. I definitely have some good like taped moments of like jokes and like audience back and forth and stuff.
Or even just by yourself in a room, just something like, hey, what about this? Okay, cool, bye guys.
Oh yeah.
Short and sweet. You know?
Yeah. What's your opinion on the Instagram stories?
I use them all the time.
Do you think that's able to just like pick up peeps?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Well, if you're good, I guess.
Right.
And if people know to check for it there. Like, I remember starting out getting like 20, 30, obviously sometimes less viewers on it.
Yeah.
Now it's routinely in the 500 to 1,000
Ah,
range.
great.
all the time.
Well, you picked up a lot of followers too. Yeah.
But that's only on YouTube I'm at 15.3
Nice.
thousand. Instagram, like I said, it doesn't carry over. It's 3,700-ish. So it's still a big number, right?
Yeah, it's a good number.
And I would say it's a lot more engagement, I would say, because clearly from the stories, about 500.
A lot more people are watching,
are watching, so routinely. So I think that's a good opportunity, especially for like quick, dirty, no editing required.
Yes.
This is
Let it
funny
ride.
right now, let's go. So yeah, I would definitely encourage you.
I like the stories too. I like the stories a lot.
You use a lot of hashtags, so like drawing.
Not so much in the stories. That's what I should probably.
Because sometimes that'll boost my views. Like if I hashtag medicine or hashtag comedy,
You see people doing
you'll
that
see
like a lot. Yeah.
It'll give you a little viewer like how many people arrived here from this hashtag.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So like sometimes I'll gain like 300 new viewers from that. I'll be honest though, maybe it's just me, but I don't attract a lot of engagement from those viewers. Like it's basically a view and they're gone. It's not like a view, oh, let me check out his profile. Let me subscribe, let me follow. So I'm sure it's happened once or twice, but as far as like the success rate is not all there. But for a funny person like yourself, I'm sure it could be a lot
Maybe
more
some more engagement.
fruitful, yeah.
Thank you very
Just a
much.
thought, if you're doing it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've certainly thrown hashtags on posts. Like I posted about the monthly show the last time, and threw like
Twitter, you mean?
on Facebook, on Instagram,
okay.
and I threw a bunch of hashtags up, and I definitely, the show got like 20 more followers, randoms, not people that I actually know.
And
but
sometimes you got to be careful though, because if they're like immediate followers,
mostly just bots, right? Yeah, who cares? The numbers. You don't got another.
Well, actually, I will warn you though. I actually started to remove those bots manually.
Yeah.
The reason being, like, yeah, it's nice to get that number to go up, but think about it this way: because Instagram only sends your post out to, from what I hear, the algorithm posts, when you post something, it delivers it to people's feeds, but only a certain percentage of your feed.
Right.
So if a certain percentage of that feed that's being delivered is going to these bots that don't give a fuck about you, then you're kind of
they're like being wasted on them.
Right.
Okay.
So you may want to think about.
Well, that's fucking horseshit. Why does it only go to a percentage? I don't understand. All my viewers want this.
Yeah, I think. Well, you can do the whole post notification, so you manually tell, okay, Instagram, I want Matt's stuff every time.
Oh.
But people would have to know to do that.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah, I don't think they do, yeah.
So the other option is to, try to make sure you're weeding out all
No,
the
that's
garbage.
smart. That's smart. Okay, I gotta get rid of that.
And from what I've heard, I don't have confirmation on any of this. I'm not a tech savvy guy. Like I love tech things, I love toys, but I don't know the tech very well. But just from being around it and hearing people talk
Yeah.
about it, apparently because the whole idea with these social media apps is to keep you on them as long as possible. It's literally trying to get you addicted as if it's a drug. So they'll do these slow doses, microdosing if you will, where they'll deliver out the picture or the video. You'll get some likes at first because people saw it immediately, but maybe someone got it delivered immediately, liked it, or even commented, but Instagram won't deliver it to you for hours later.
Oh.
So that it keeps you.
Oh yeah, I've
refreshing.
seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah. It'll keep you checking back.
No, I thought that was a
Do I have any more
glitch. I
likes?
didn't realize that was on purpose.
Do I have any more likes? Do I have any more likes?
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
it keeps
check
you coming back. 'Cause
It
if you
is
got
like
all
a
your likes
real.
Yeah, if you got all your likes at the very beginning, you'd be done. Like, all right, done for the day. Bye.
Got 'em, yeah.
But they'll keep you back there.
Those fucks. Those tricky dicks.
Very smart.
Yeah, it was smart. I mean,
But see, I think I guess my big picture is, and I don't want to sound like I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, but just my 2 cents is, I think for a comedian, maximizing the algorithm to your benefit, because
No, it's smart.
it can screw you, but if you can use it to your advantage,
there's gaming, man. You got a game.
yeah.
Unrelated, but like in a real life kind of gaming, just real quick, there's this comedian in the city, I'm not gonna drop names, but he's coming up, a young dude, and I was talking to a friend who said that basically, it's like, yo, you notice so-and-so's getting booked all the time, so-and-so's like on these shows and big shows,
Right.
and my friend was like, yeah, you know how he did that? He gamed the peeps at one of the clubs. He basically played them to think that he was what was young and hot, and they are like old and don't know what they're doing, and they just like leached onto him so hard because they felt like I mean, there's more to this, but like he algorithmed them a little bit, and good for him, man. You got it.
Part of this game is a hustle. I've
Yeah,
learned.
hustle.
So it's and not just hustle, but like literally being able to connect with another human being that's important to book you or introduce you to someone or whatever. That's probably 80% of this, I would say.
Yeah, but that produces a lot of snakes.
Oh, for
so
sure,
like,
for sure.
But
isn't that every part of life?
I guess it is. I'm naive. I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt that they're not fucking pieces of shit. But I've been hurt way too many times, man.
Yeah, dude. But again, I think it goes back to game it to your own advantage. So
Yeah.
you see someone doing that. I'm not saying you do it too, but I'm saying like, okay, where there's clearly something here that maybe I can use to learn from it and apply myself.
I've also certainly seen people like work hard and be good people, and it pays
absolutely.
off.
Well, that's the other thing I'm saying is like, maybe he's not even that good. I don't know who this is, right?
Yeah.
But I've seen plenty of not good comics, in my opinion,
getting
which
up
again,
a
it's all
lot.
subjective, but they're getting up a lot.
Yeah.
And what I'm taking from that too is, okay, if I figure out how they did that, if I can apply it against my own moral ethics, and hopefully be funnier, then that will pan out, hopefully.
I think so too. I mean, the hang is important. Comedy, very much in the city. Hanging, networking. I hate to use that phrase, but it's really important. It's like,
Yes.
yeah.
I think, so I was always a big hater of the word networking.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in the medical, math science world. So whenever networking was involved, it was like a conference, medical conference, research conference, whatever. And the last thing I wanted to do was talk to these people.
Right, yeah.
I want to talk to you guys.
Right.
And it wasn't like a mean-spirited thing. I just felt like I either had nothing to relate to, or it just felt like an awkward conversation that never would go anywhere. And I feel like I'm working very hard to have this conversation. I'm very much an introvert off of the camera. But then the thing I noticed with comedy is like, I'm so excited to meet other comics, talk to them about comedy.
That's great, man.
And just like the hang, like you said, like to me, it doesn't feel like work or networking. It feels like I'm
just
having
fun,
a great time.
You're learning and fun and like
but
coming
you're
a part
right,
of
it
something.
technically is networking. Like that is the real networking.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of the refreshing thing to me. Is like, oh, I don't hate small talk. I just hate talking about shit I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and with people that you probably aren't interested in.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know, and I don't want to bash anyone.
No, not at all. Everybody in the medical community. Fight me.
God, I hope this is still recording. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sometimes it cuts off. But actually, we're
Coming out of time.
wrapping up in 5 minutes here. But yeah, I would say that's been one of the funnest things about this whole comedy experience. Dude, because I have a few friends in the city, but most of them have either moved away or they just don't have the kind of time to like hang.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't work when I'm here.
Right. You're just chilling.
So like it's been refreshing to like create a whole new friend group. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm close, buddy.
No. I agree. A lot of my friends have grown out of the scene.
Right.
Then that's one of my favorite parts. Just like hanging around with peeps.
Yeah, I'm so excited sometimes to get back here to like meet more comedians, hang out with the same comedians.
It is a good
funny
time.
and just, like, have a good laugh, you know?
Nothing better than just like riffing with other good comedians,
Yeah.
like just kind of running shit and having a
Yeah,
good
because
time.
who else would I rather hang out with personally?
Yeah. Then like people that can make you laugh and that you can make laugh, and
And who understand to laugh. It's not like, that's not funny.
that's really not funny. Sajid.
That's inappropriate.
I don't appreciate that.
Can we talk about Twilight? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck anyone that likes Twilight as well, and the medical community.
Burning every bridge today. Yeah.
That's my key demographic, man. People that love Twilight. So I'm out. No. I was gonna ask you if you saw this video clip, but it was like an April Fool's thing.
Oh, for Game of Thrones? No, I'm not a big medieval.
Yeah, it's weird that that's popular, right? Like that's what kids got bullied about for like centuries, and now it's the bros love it.
What do they call it? Loader? No, LARPing.
Oh, LARPing, yeah.
I would see that shit at my college all the time.
That's some lame ass shit. Well, where'd you go to college?
RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute,
Where is that?
upstate New York,
Okay.
Troy, New York.
Oh, I know Troy, yeah.
Famous alumni such as George Ferris, the inventor of the Ferris wheel,
Oh.
the builders of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Wow.
Some NASA-related guys that I don't know the specifics of, but yeah, a lot of it's a tech school.
I believe it.
Yeah, my dad went there. I went there, and yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, I would see people LARPing all the time. But yeah, I was never like in high school. I was into history actually up until the fall of the Roman Empire.
Okay, yeah.
I was into civilizations and empires and shit. But once that medieval Dark Age started, I was like,
Yeah, the Dark Ages are pretty lame.
U.S. history, Middle East, Middle Earth.
Middle Ages, medieval, yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want any of this. Yeah. So sorry, I can't relate.
No worries, no worries. Game of Thrones isn't real, so it's all good.
Dragons aren't real.
Dragons are what? No, history's great, man. This is taking a turn, but I love history. Learning about history.
Well, maybe when we have you back next
a
time.
nice history podcast.
Yeah, we can tell. Oh, there are some good history podcasts.
Really?
I don't know if you've. Do you know Giannis Pappas, the comedian?
Uh-huh.
Giannis Pappas. Him and Chris DiStefano. They do a joint podcast together called History Hyenas.
That's cool.
Or they call it History Hyenas. But the Bay Ridge Boys. They're hilarious on it, and yeah, they put out a podcast that's literally obviously them riffing and shit, which is hilarious. But also they'll pick a topic every day to talk. Like they did Spartacus, they did previous mayors of New York.
That's very cool.
They did,
I respect that.
Certain eras, the fall of Pompeii, you name it, they've done.
I really dig that.
Revolutionary War. I think you would definitely dig it.
Funny people talking about like interesting
History,
shit.
dude. And like they're incorporating their ad libs and stuff into the.
I'm sure it's great.
Cozy wuzzies, you gotta tell the thing coming. Yeah, just like talking about it as if they're like the Roman emperors. But yeah, definitely check that out if you're into history. But yeah, maybe we'll have you back for a more history.
Yeah, man.
dedicated
Or,
segment.
if ever you need.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, guys, check them out. All the stuff is in there, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much. Peace.
Jesus, am I an amateur podcaster or what? Anyway, I did not. I don't know why I didn't think to give him an outro, but yeah, Matt, super funny guy. Hope you guys enjoyed that podcast episode. I'll leave all his plugs in the description. Super funny dude. I wish I had gotten this episode up earlier because I missed him plugging all his comedy stuff. But you can find him at the Lost Dog Comedy. Summer Steenster is his handle, and I'll throw his Twitter stuff in the description as well. Please follow him. He's the shit. Super funny guy, super humble guy, really nice guy, great comedian, great comic, if you will. I don't know if that's offensive or not. Some comedians don't enjoy that term. But anyway, yeah, check him out, and we'll see you around.